And the reason we hire that is we can train them on the satellite stuff, but can they understand what they're seeing? And if they're good foresters, they can look at a satellite image. We can train them on the mechanics of satellite data, but can they make sense of what they're looking at?
How many people are employed there?
How many people are employed? Again, we're in kind of a unique situation. We have about 70 federal employees and about 600 contract employees. And we do that because the space technology changes so quickly that you have to move your skill mix around. And I don't know if you've worked with the civil service much. Try to move people into other positions. Try to hire, fire, promote in the civil service. Space technology can't wait for that. When I was a contract supervisor, if I wanted to move a guy from geology over to another assignment, I could do it in 24 hours. If I had a bad employee, which in my experience I had one, we gave him the fair warning, we tried to train him, we tried to get him back on track, and when he couldn't, we said, I'm sorry, it's not working, you can go. Oh heavens, if I had been civil service supervisor, couldn't happen in my lifetime. So we have to be adaptable, and we have been adaptable. That's why we've been a success, we think. Yes, Gail.
Ron, why don't you tell them about the comparative pictures that you have in Kingsport?
I was going to wait till the very end after questions, if I may, but I will. I won't forget it. Yes.
Yeah, faults are always a problem with nuclear power plants and that. Do they come to your organization, or do they go to somebody else to determine the fault?
If someone's siting a nuclear power plant, do they come to us or do they go to somewhere else? Our principal job is to provide the data and leave the interpretation up to others. We will recommend universities or private industries who can do that interpretation for them. And I will tell you, most of the big power plants have their own team of interpreters, and they collect the data from us and they do what they want with it. Same with ConAgra is one of the biggest users of our data in the world. The big petroleum mineral exploration guys are huge users, probably the single largest user community we have. They have their own interpreters. Some of them they hired from us.
You talked about, in an earlier slide, the concept of data mining.
Yeah.
Is that software you guys are developing, or are you trying to use existing mining technology? Or?
Yeah, the question about data mining, do we develop the software or do we buy it off the shelf? Combination of the two. Our job as a federal agency is to get the maximum potential use out of those satellite data, experimental data, and we have the keys to the basement where all the data are held. So we can be the first users, and when we develop a system, we put it out on anybody can use it. Take it from there and expand it and improve it, and they do. So for that reason, the commercial sector is a big fan of ours, because we're not in competition with them. We encourage that sort of thing. Okay, any other questions? Yes?
Is there a separate category of weather satellite?
Yes.
CIA, we've got wars, weather, and probably more.
Is there a separate category for weather or CIA or military or commercial satellites, for instance? We're operating right now 2 satellites. I know of at least 2,500 satellites up there. I don't know them by each one by name, but by categories. Military has satellites for their own uses. The commercial sector pushes the line between what we do and what the military does. For instance, one commercial sector, well, if you saw CNN the other day during the president's inauguration, they showed a satellite view of the mall area from GOI. It's a commercial satellite, 2-meter resolution satellite. That is, those data are sold directly, typically, to the military, and we stay out of that business. So there are a lot of birds up there, but there's a lot of room up there too. Yes?
Do you have many problems in trying to get money for your department or not?
Do we have problems getting money for our program? Yes. every federal agency is under close scrutiny and has been for a number of years. When I started in the mid-70s, there was less scrutiny. Now there is very careful scrutiny. Are the dollars being used appropriately? And by God, I welcome that. Because I'll work with any congressman or administrative staff member and say, you want to know what the value of these data are? Come on down, we'll show it to you. And every time we've been challenged with that. In 1984, Congress wanted to do away with the satellite program. We don't need satellites. We've seen everything we need to see. And we went to the survey, we went to agencies and said, here's what you're going to miss. And we got increased funding. But I don't back away. If Congress says, look, we need the money for this instead of your program, we have to make the best possible case. And if we can't, we shouldn't get the money. And there are other priorities, yes.
Do y'all have a department working with the government then for that, or?
Do we have a department that works with the government? That's done mostly by our headquarters staff in Reston, Virginia. And we feed the data to them. In fact, for 2.5 years, I was part of that team in Reston, Virginia, then escaped to go back to South Dakota. Northern Virginia is lovely, but God, there are a lot of people up there. Yeah. We have traffic problems in Sioux Falls. Every now and then a tractor will break down. It's not that bad. Sioux Falls has a population of 150,000, so we do have theaters. Yeah. Any other questions? Hey, let's end the formal session. And if you have questions, I'm around till 1 o'clock, right, Gail?
Well, yeah, I mean, you do another one at 1.
I do another. Well, I'm here till 1 then.
Well, you might want to eat some lunch.
Pardon?
I would eat some lunch.
I don't need it. Every federal employee has handouts, right? Here's a brochure on the center if you want to know about us. And we have that in 2 different forms. We have a handout sheet on the center that'll show you our place and tell you a little bit about it. A postcard or a card on the Earth is Art, the satellite views that you can download on your computer. And if you have a quality printer, you can print them. State mosaics. We combine satellite images to show the various states, and you can download those and get them printed as well, all 50 states. And then if you want to see live transmission of the satellite, there's a website and a little background information on that. And I've got a satellite view of Kingsport up here you can look at, 115 miles on a side, and aerial photographs, because we have about 14 million aerial photographs of U.S. locations in our archive, and I printed 2 this week. Kingsport in 1956 and 2001. So you're welcome to look at it. And finally, because most of you have stayed awake during my presentation, if you want one, here's a bookmark that'll tell you a little more about us.
And
So,
you don't leave any of those that are left.
I'm not taking them back on the airplane. Okay. I suppose I should mention the cards, shouldn't I, Gail? The trading cards? We were approached a few years ago by the feds and said, go out to the school kids, tell them about satellite data, and do a brochure or something that middle school kids will like to read. You know, black and white Xerox. Kids love black and white Xerox handouts. And we said, no, let's try something different. And we watched the middle school kids, and what do they like? They liked trading cards, baseball cards. And so we developed a series of trading cards, views of the planet, and instead of the batting averages, a little technical information on the satellite on the back. And if you'd like one, you're welcome to one of those too. So I'm saving most of them for the 1 o'clock session to go. But anyhow, thank you for your time. Okay?